Gautier, very good having you here today. Exciting times for business in France. A lot of things probably coming very soon, you were just telling me. But you need to be very specific and very careful on how to navigate this market. Can you start by saying what you're doing at the moment, what's your company doing, and what you see as the best opportunities in the market?
Sure, thanks for having me. So for everyone, I'm Gautier, I work for CBRE Investment Management. I have the luck and the honor of heading the French office. What we're doing right now is we're, to some extent, a little bit pausing just to evaluate where the market is going, because we are living what I think is, from a real estate standpoint and from a financial standpoint, the perfect storm. Meaning that we're finding a lot of different combinations of events, be it the fastest rise in interest rates known to history, being a revolution from an ESG standpoint with many different regulations coming both from an international, European and local level, and a transformation of the usage of real estate. All those things are coming together at the exact same moment, and that, I think, creates a time of reflection where you have to think hard and try to predict what are going to be the constraints, not just of today, but of tomorrow. Anticipate a little bit what the new usage are going to be, because I'll take an example. A few years ago, work from home was a secondary subject. Then with COVID, it became a centerpiece. Everybody was going to work from home. Office was going to be dead. Forward not even a year, and already work from home is like, nah, well, maybe this is not working for everybody. Maybe there's a dynamic that we're lacking when everybody's working from home. Maybe the personality, the soul of my company is getting lost because no one is coming and meeting with each other. So maybe work from home is not the end all be all. And so we need to not go to the extremes and say logistics is the end all. Retail is dead. The office is dead. Well, the office is back. No, you have to have, and I'll remind everyone, we're in real estate. We're in the long term. It's not just a trend. It's not just fashion. We have to buy something for 5, 10, 20, 30 years. We have clients that keep real estate for 50 years. So when you do a decision, you're not just banking on the next trend, you're banking on the next 50 years. So your reflection, and I think it's very important, has to really be, okay, let's cut out the noise. Let's cut out the immediate noise of the office is dead, of the retail is tanking, internet is taking over, etc. And let's try to think, what are the solid trends? What are the locations that will be here for the next 7, 10, 20 years? What are the consumer, what is the consumer going to do? Is the consumer truly going to shop 100% online? Or does he need to get out and have an experience and actually go outside his home and work? Does the worker, will he appreciate doing both his life, raise his kids, and work in the exact same place? All those things are not going to happen, we don't believe. So what we have to do now is think strong and hard on, okay, what is the micro location that will be able to be a live, work, play area where workers will want to go, they will want to take a break, go outside shopping, go outside dining, where will they want to live? All those things is what we're working really hard on. And I would say the hardest part right now is trying not to go too fast in thinking, okay, there is a repricing. That's going to be a great opportunity. Let's go, let's deploy money. I think there's two reasons. One, the repricing may not be fully over. And I think we need to really analyze what the consequences of some of those decisions that are being made today will have on the future. I'll talk about ESG for a little bit because it's right now we're being overflown with a lot of different legislation. Some of them are even, I think, losing the ultimate goal. If you remember, we're talking about greenhouse gas emission, basically. And yet, a lot of the focus today, and France is a great example for that, is on reduction of energy consumption. I don't know if you've ever looked at a graph of EPC across countries, but if you look at it, you will see by none of them really coincide. An A in the Netherlands could be a C in France, could be a B in Germany or a D in Belgium. There is no full coherence. Actually, for example, in the Netherlands, they will be more stringent and have an A, an A+, an A++, an A+++. And yet, people are trying to have simple rules where, okay, if I want an EPC, I want it to be A or B. Okay, let's say you do. But what if your energy is not decarbonated? Is it better to have a C building with energy that is fully decarbonated, or an A building where energy is actually carbonated? What it is that we're really trying to achieve. And I think the devil really is becoming in the details, and a much more comprehensive approach has to be made. And we cannot just rely on some legislation that tries to make one size fits all, but really look to what's behind. And that again is a lot of the work that we're doing to make sure that we're not taking the wrong path, trying to please be instantaneous, but really looking at things over the very long run.
With so much uncertainty, is there anything that would keep you up at night?
ESG legislation on a pan-European basis is really one of those things. There are a couple of other things that we are probably specific to Paris, but may come to other both cities and countries. There is a lot of push right now, at least in the city of Paris, with the new urban planning that is basically saying no more offices and more residential. Meaning that if you are going to refurbish a large operation of offices, you are going to have to build residential, including social housing inside that residential. We're entering into a terra incognita here on both what is the impact, how feasible is it, and how will future investors consider that type of building. There are a lot of funds which are monoproduct. Can I sell to a residential fund a mix where there is offices? Not really, but can I sell something that is 90% office but has 10% of maybe social housing in it to a specific office fund? I don't have the answer to that, and unfortunately, if I don't have the answer to that now, it's hard for me to launch an operation where I will only know the outcome maybe 5 years from now. So that's an uncertainty that we need to better understand and better grasp.
Perfect. And what is the biggest mistake you have seen in the real estate industry in the last few years that not many people are talking about?
I think the biggest mistake is the same mistake that we always see. A lot of the times, people just build real estate to build real estate. We say there is a lack of residential in France. We don't have enough of it. If you look at the numbers at the scale of the country, you actually have enough. It's just that you don't have enough in the right place, and you have too much in the wrong place. It's a little bit similar to the office. You could say that your office stock is enough, except that your vacancy is going to be 20% in Péri-Défense, and on grade A CBD, it's going to be 0.4%, less than 0.5%. So the question is, where and how do you build the proper product in the proper space? The mistake here is, let's follow larger trends and not listen to the micro trend. We have to be a lot more surgical on what we do. And I think that comes from sometimes investors being a bit too wide in their analysis and not going enough in the specifics. If you look at everybody going against office at this stage, I think that's going to be great because that will create opportunity. If you cannot distinguish between a grade A central Paris and a secondary building in a provincial town suburb, then that's going to be a great opportunity for me.
You have been attending the GRI as a member for quite some time here. It's our 25th anniversary. how do you relate to the GI? What's the GI for you?
For me, it's a couple of things. One, well, it's always nice to meet all your friends because once you live in real estate, you love the product, but you also love the people. Otherwise, you don't do that job. And it's always great to be able to meet your friends in one place. The second thing is, it's a great way to test ideas and listen to ideas. I mean, sometimes, you're there and you're thinking a certain way, and is that the right idea? Is that the right trend? Sometimes you want to see what the trends people are not thinking about, and that's also a great place to test it. So that's what I like: exchange of ideas, exchange of opinion, and the open format makes it a lot less political, a lot less official, and so the thoughts are much freer, if you see what I mean.
I got it. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Well,
your
thank
time.
you for having me. Always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.